Joining us now, head coach Nick Bootland. And coach, you guys secured a 3-2 victory tonight over the Wheeling Nailers. You won the series 3-1. You move on to the Eastern Conference Semifinals. And the first question is, you're facing either South Carolina or Gwinnett, depending on what happens in that series. Both of those teams come from a very talented South Division. What are some of those challenges going to be facing one of those two very talented South Division teams?
Well, first off, if you play South Carolina, obviously we have the home ice, but I don't know how much that helps us because they're such a big team. You know, they're a huge team in stature, so we don't really have to worry about their size, and they're stingy defensively. To score goals against them, you really have to pay a price. They got solid goaltending, whether, you know, their number one is up in the American Hockey League right now, but I'd imagine by the time we see whoever they are, if it ends up being them, they might have that number one back, and you know, he's an outstanding goaltender and make things tough on us. And then if you talked about Gwinnett, you talk about Gwinnett and their depth and the three lines of scoring and how they play the same way all the time, they like to run and gun, and they're a fast team, and going down to their building and that big service will certainly be a challenge.
After dropping the first game of this series, you roared back 1-3 straight. Overall, how would you grade your guys' performance, knowing that when you go on, it's now going to be a longer, more of a grind best-of-7 series in the conference semifinals?
Well, you know, I thought we did a good job. You know, I think in the first game we were gripping our sticks a little tight, and everybody's a little nervous, and you know, we have a little younger squad than we've had in the past year. You know, we do have our veteran guys instilled there that have been through it, but you know, we do have a younger team than we did as last year, you know, for instance. So, you know, we came out a little slow in that first game, and we were sort of feeling them out, and then we started to play the second half of the second game, and really we're fortunate. You know, even look at last night's game as a 5-1 score, but it really isn't indicative of the play or the type of game it was.
There were two players whose individual performances really highlighted this series. Talk about Nick Sirota and Riley Gill between the pipes. Just elaborate on the play of those two guys in this 4-game series.
Well, I think if you go up and down the list, there's someone, every line has done something for us well. You know, you look at Kluche with 2 goals, you look at Helmanen with points in 4 straight, you look at Sirota with points in 4 straight, you look at Riley Gill, who is probably the MVP of this series, standing on his head and doing a fantastic job, and you know, a different guy stepped up every night, and that's the key for us right now.
Coach, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck in the Eastern Conference Semifinals, and enjoy the victory.
Thanks, guys.